Welcome to Muffed. Tough year. We'll tell the story straight. This is the Titans 2025 season in review. Muffed. The Tennessee Titans finished 2025 at 3-14, missing the playoffs for the fourth straight year and finishing dead last in the AFC South for the third year running. This was supposed to be a fresh start. The number one overall pick spent on Cam Ward, a clean slate at quarterback, a chance to crawl out of the basement. Instead, it spiraled into one of the ugliest seasons in franchise history. They opened 1-11, the worst start in Tennessee since the Houston Oilers days back in 1994, and head coach Brian Callahan was fired in mid-October after a Week 6 loss in Las Vegas dropped them to 1-5. Mike McCoy took over as interim, and the wheels never got back on. There were 3 wins to point to: a 1-point road escape in Arizona in Week 5, a wild upset of the Chiefs in Week 16, and a comeback in Cleveland in Week 14. But the season-ending injury to Ward in a 41-7 loss at Jacksonville told you everything about how this year felt. A full-blown rebuild dressed up as a fresh start. And Tennessee got muffed. The team level numbers paint the picture. Tennessee scored just over 16 a game and gave up just over 25, a margin of nearly 9 points a night that ranks among the worst in football. Their total passing expected points added, the cumulative measure of how much each play helped or hurt their scoring chances, was minus 137.56 percentile in the league. On the ground, it was minus 22nd percentile. Third down was a graveyard at 32%, also 6th percentile. The turnover math was brutal too, 18 giveaways against just 12 takeaways, a -6 margin. And this wasn't boom or bust, it was a steady grinding floor with rare spikes. Outside of the 31-point output in Cleveland and the 26 hung on Kansas City, the Titans cracked 24 points exactly 3 other times all year. Mostly this team lived in the teens and lost by double digits. Now let's talk about the passing offense. The headline, 190 passing yards per game and just 15 passing touchdowns over 17 games. Bottom of the league production any way you slice it. The per play passing expected points added was minus 0.22, genuinely one of the worst marks in football, and the offensive line gave up 56 sacks, more than 3 a game, and a full-on red flag for a rookie quarterback's development. Cam Ward finished with 3,169 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions, the first rookie 3,000-yard passer in Titans franchise history, a real bright spot. But his completion percentage above expectation averaged minus 3.9 on the year, meaning he completed passes at a worse rate than an average quarterback would have given the same throws. The protection problem showed up in the worst moments. In Week 17 against the Saints, Ward got sacked, fumbled, and the defender returned it for a touchdown. An 8.8-point swing on a single snap. That's the season in microcosm of rookie under siege, learning on the fly behind a line that couldn't keep him clean. Now let's dig into the rushing offense. Tennessee averaged 94 yards a game on the ground at 4.3 a carry, which landed them in the 22nd percentile in rushing expected points added. Not good, but meaningfully less bad than the passing game. The story here is Tony Pollard, and Pollard largely smashed his role. 1,082 rushing yards on 242 carries, 5 touchdowns, and a rushing yards over expected of plus 222, meaning he produced 222 more yards than an average back would have on the same carries. The variance was real though. The run game disappeared in the blowouts when Tennessee got behind early and had to abandon it, and it shined in the wins. Pollard ripped off a 65-yard touchdown on the opening drive in Cleveland in Week 14, and that game was their highest scoring output of the year. When the script let them run, they were functional. When it didn't, the whole operation tipped over. Next up, the pass defense. Tennessee allowed 248 passing yards a game and 30 passing touchdowns, with a passing expected points added allowed of plus 93.4. And remember, on defense, you want that number negative, so plus 93 is a bad result, 16th percentile. They generated 42 sacks, a strength at the 66th percentile, but they forced just 12 total takeaways on the season, 13th percentile, bottom of the barrel. The pass rush could get home, the secondary couldn't close out drives. Jeffrey Simmons remained the engine. The 4-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle delivered multiple game-altering strip sacks, including one in Week 1 against Denver where he sacked Bo Nix, knocked the ball loose, and Tennessee recovered at the Denver 38. That kind of disruption was the defense's lone repeatable identity. The problem, one elite interior rusher can't cover for a unit that finished 13th percentile in takeaways. In the run defense, this was the softest spot on the entire roster. roster, 116 rushing yards allowed per game, 21 rushing touchdowns surrendered, 4.6 a carry given up. Combined, that's a rushing expected points added allowed of plus 6.1, 31st percentile, essentially last in the league. And there was no consistency game to game. Opposing backs ate them up in the blowouts, and the unit never tightened as the season progressed. When you're giving up that much on the ground while losing the turnover battle by 6, you don't win many football games. And the Titans didn't. Muffed! Season MVP is Tony Pollard, 1,082 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, and plus 222 rushing yards over expected on a team that otherwise had nothing going. Two things have to change. The offensive line gave up 56 sacks, more than 3 a game, and untenable for a young quarterback's development. And the run defense surrendered 4.6 yards per carry while giving up 21 rushing touchdowns. Bottom of the league numbers that have to come up if anything else is going to work. That's the Titans 2025 season. Two things before you go. One, if you want this every week when the season kicks off, subscribe to the Titans feed wherever you're listening. Two, if you want the same treatment for your fantasy roster, head to muff.ai and we'll build you a custom weekly show. That's the wrap.